When it comes to the job market in LA or California, there's a huge discrimination issue going on with Black Americans. Employers are not willing to hire Black Americans even if they are qualified. Even if they're overly qualified, they're still not willing to hire them. There is a hidden agenda at play here. And it's been going on for quite some time that organizations started to pick this up and investigate it. There's an organization in Los Angeles called the Los Angeles Black Worker Center, where they're currently investigating the discrimination that Black Americans are facing in the job industry in Los Angeles. But they're also providing resources and access to better wages and opportunities. We've seen an increase of employers only wanting to hire people from the Hispanic community, and there's nothing wrong with that because people have to work and provide for their family, but they're not doing it for the right reasons. They're doing it with the intention to control, because when it comes to fighting for injustices or speaking up about certain things, they feel like the Hispanic community is not going to speak up because they're normally quiet. And like we know, when it comes to fighting for injustices or speaking up, Black Americans are always on the forefront fighting for change. Black Americans are always the ones speaking up for everybody, fighting for change. But they feel like with the more Hispanics that they hire, it's easier to control them because some of the times they're undocumented, so they won't cause any problems. They can pay them less, they can mistreat them, disrespect them all they want. They're not going to cause any problems. And that's another issue at play. The other issue is that other people of color are not willing to speak up for Black Americans whatsoever. The only time they speak up to help Black Americans is when they see Black Americans have an advantage that they don't have. Take affirmative action, for example. When they believed that Black Americans were getting into Ivy League students based off affirmative action, when that really wasn't the case. The only time that other people of color speak up is when they see Black Americans have an advantage that they don't have. Otherwise, they are silent. It also seems like there's an issue to keep Black Americans at entry-level positions as well, and to bully them so they have a harder time moving up in the ranks. Platforms like Indeed and LinkedIn need to do a better job at regulating if these companies are really hiring or not. Because what these companies are doing are they're using LinkedIn and Indeed as a social media tool. They're posting that they're hiring and doing all these paying for the promo, but it's really a marketing tool when they're really not hiring. It seems like LA or California is trying to push Black Americans out, and they're starting with the job industry.
This is why I don't support Black business. For one, your service is terrible. Okay, I come into your establishment. The person, when I walk in, is looking at me with an attitude like I did something wrong to them that I've never met. I don't know these people. Okay, stop putting people in the front working with customers if you know they got an attitude. It's ruining your business. The second reason why I don't support Black businesses, y'all don't have half the stuff you're supposed to have. Half the stuff you promote, you don't even have it. Why are you in business? And then you always talk about, well, Black people need to support Black people. No. I support people who do good business. I support people who have the things they're supposed to have, the things that they're promoting that their business has. If they have it, that's who I promote. That's why a lot of y'all business be failing. That's why. The service is bad and you don't have the product you promoting. You shouldn't even be in business. And I'm not going to support a business like that.
Yeah, and then you have Hispanics they don't want to hire Black people. Let's just be real about that. There's over 170 class action lawsuits in California from Los Angeles to San Francisco, with over 30% of the offenders against Black people are Hispanics, just simply because they won't hire them. Now, this is them working at somebody else's establishment, practicing these discrimination practices, and then this is them with their own companies just refusing to hire Black people. You could just walk around Southern California, Los Angeles specifically, who's working the front office of these businesses. Go get a doctor appointment. Who's going to be in the front? Who's going to be the medical assistant? And it's not like Black Americans don't have these certificates or licenses. It's just simply that they won't hire them, right? And we could talk about the state jobs, the county jobs, the city jobs. It's just, you're just closed out of the market, period. And last time I checked, isn't a white supremacist mayor of Los Angeles, isn't that a white supremacist? Oh, it's Karen Bass. Oh, she identifies as a Black lady. And you know what? She's never going to address this issue because she don't want to mess with her Latino Hispanic fan base who she really advocate for.
I have been a service provider for 6 years, and I've been a salon owner for a little bit over a year now. And most of my clients are black. So I always been a little confused by the narrative that black people don't support black businesses, because that's not my experience. So I wanted to get on here and ask all my black business owners, what do y'all clients look like? Because I'm trying to see if this is something that my people are really experiencing, or if this is just something to deter black people from starting their own businesses.
Okay, I just wanted to bring to you guys' attention that currently there is 718,000 black women who are unemployed and counting. As job losses continue in this country, you're going to see more and more black women unemployed. And let me show you, it has become an issue. And the reason why it has become an issue is because black women is one of the biggest consumers here in this country. And by them losing their jobs, it has affected the U.S. GDP. So now they want to address the issue of black women unemployment. But let me show you what the president has said.
Report will be released. While the unemployment rate has been steady at 4.3%, the black unemployment rate has been 7.3%. When you ran for president, you courted black voters and talked about what you described as black jobs. How do you describe why this disparity is happening? What can you do to close it?
Well, we're doing very well with the black jobs, African American jobs. I saw some numbers that we're doing really well. But where we're really going to do well is when all these plants are open. You know, we're building many car plants. We're bringing cars back from Germany. We're bringing, we lost the car industry years ago. 54% of the industry went to Germany, Japan, Canada, Mexico. It's all coming back. It's amazing. And where your black worker is really going to do well is when those factories open. So I think they're going to be great.
It's funny how he think that we're only good based on what he said. It sounds like he's saying that we're only good for factory work. Okay, he said we'll be fine working in factories, even though black woman is the most educated woman in the world. He said that we will be good with factory work. Really? Okay.
We don't hire many black people. An interviewer literally told me this. And you use their products every day and can probably tell they don't hire many diverse people. But I wasn't sure whether to be upset or not when they told me this. So I'm in the final round interview for a big tech company. And the final question I get from my interviewer is, hey, we don't hire many diverse people here. Would that be a problem for you? And just like you watching the video, overcoming racism shouldn't be a job responsibility or shouldn't be in the job world. But I'm out here to get a bag. So I tell them no. I basically said I've worked in similar environments and it's not a problem for me. But when I told my friends this, they were livid. That interviewer was trying to scare you away is what all my friends told me. Since I was doing a good job in the interview, my friends thought this was a scare tactic for him to convince me to not take the job in the case that I got it. And when I told other family members, they said the same thing. But the guy who asked me this was a person of color, so I just thought he was trying to look out. I didn't think anything of it. So was he trying to scare me away? Let me know in the comments what you think. Like and follow for more content.
Have you ever noticed that they always get mad at you for saying you're a minority-owned business or a black-owned business, but they never get upset at those people that make it a requirement in order for you to get grants and contracts with the SBA? Never get mad at them. Never fight or argue or push for those laws or certain things to change so that you don't have to label yourself. But they get mad when you state what actually probably is factual if you actually get those grants.
See, I already knew that there was something wrong. 'Cause I've been looking for a second job. The motherfuckers, they'll pull you all the way into the interview just not to hire you if you're black. If you're of color, I'm telling you, if you think you're not being hired, you're not being hired. It's going on everywhere, no matter where you at. If you are looking for a job or a second job, such as myself, they may give you the interview, but they're not gonna hire you. And even furthermore, there's been facts that 6.1% of black women have lost their job. So, we gotta try to find a way to make income on our own. Because these jobs really ain't trying to hire us. I literally been on 8 fucking interviews within the last 2 months and ain't got one job. So I'm telling y'all, if you feel like they're not hiring you, bro, I feel the same way, bro. If you out here looking for like a second job, they not trying to hire. They not trying to hire no colors as much as possible. They'll give you the job interview they'll give you the job interview all day, but they ain't gonna hire you, bro.
Wait, so you're telling me these black-owned businesses have 0 black people on their payroll? Yeah, that's a hard pass on my black dollar. Look, I love the buy black movement, but here's the problem. If a business profits off our community but refuses to hire from our community, those dollars are leaving immediately. They aren't circling back to pay our rent, feed our daughters, our sons, or build our neighborhood. This isn't a new concept. During the civil rights movement, we had a campaign called Don't Buy Where You Can't Work. It wasn't about it. It was about accountability. It was about saying, if you want my money, you have to invest in my people. So before you swipe the art card, ask the owner one simple question. What does your staff look like? If they can't give you a straight answer, take your dollar elsewhere. Supporting black businesses isn't about the logo on the door, it's about the job behind it. Drop a like in the comment, drop comments if you agree, and share this to hold them accountable. Peace.